game the other day enhanced your confidence, or were you already confident?
I mean, I was already confident in my abilities going into it, but a little bit of proof of concept, so it's nice to see that and see the look and see it how I saw it and be able to make the throw.
What's your read on the situation for Saturday right now, kind of as you get ready for practice this week?
If Adrian's ready to go, that's awesome. Hoping for the best for him, but myself and the rest of the quarterbacks will be ready when we need to be, if we need to be.
So did you run the first unit this morning, or what?
I took the first unit today. We'll see, I think, their day-to-day with Adrian.
Is this why you came back? Was a game like Northwestern?
Yeah, no. Any chance you get the chance to play here, it's special, obviously. But as a quarterback, anywhere I can get that chance. You want that chance to be in those moments, those big games, and see what you can do. So it was a lot of fun.
You know, how does this week, if you continue to go through this week on this track, I know everybody says you treat every week the same, but in other ways, do you think it'll feel different to you as the game gets closer if you're preparing to play?
Yeah. Coach Frost had a great quote the other time when we were getting ready to play Ohio State. I mean, he has a friend of his who's climbed Mount Everest, and he says, what do you do differently to climb Mount Everest? And he goes, nothing. If you have to change something, you shouldn't be climbing Mount Everest. So that's a quote that I think kind of goes for this week for our quarterback unit. We don't need to do anything different. We prepare the same every week, regardless of who's playing, hurt, whatever the situation may be.
Did you have much contact with the Riley staff?
No, sir. I did not.
I mean, with your lineage, with your uncles having played here, I mean, understanding what the situation was previously, but did that hurt at all?
Can you clarify?
I'm sorry,
I don't understand.
did that bother you at all, given that you have so much Nebraska history?
No. I think it might have frustrated my uncles or my family a little more so than me. But I mean, to see something maybe take a step back, that was special to our family. But again, I wasn't immediately impacted by it, so no, not really.
You met Coach Frost at a camp, right?
Yes, sir.
Where was that camp?
It was at Oregon. I believe between either my sophomore and junior or my junior and senior year.
Hey, you mentioned seeing your Uncle John go back to Virginia. Since in the last couple of days, what have the conversations been like? Have you had conversations with your other uncles, your dad, just, kind of reliving what that was like before?
No, I haven't had too many conversations. I mean, immediately after the game, I got to see John, but I think he had to get going. He might have had some work he had to do on Sunday or something, so he was on his way home, I think, Saturday night. But I got to talk to my dad and stuff like that and some of his stories. I haven't gotten to talk to Matt yet, which will be a fun one to kind of see what his was like and then compare it to mine.
Wandale said that you get some #1 reps just the way practice goes over the week. On a typical week when Adrian's fully healthy, like what percentage?
He'll take the vast majority. Any given week, it can vary based on how many team periods or if there's other what we call like situation periods and stuff like that. So it can vary, but he'll take the vast majority any given week when he's fully healthy.
I feel like you have something to gain from talking to your Uncle Matt in that he's been in that exact position and also in the position you may be in Saturday.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm hoping I'll get to talk to him hopefully here soon, early this week. But yeah, I think he's going to have great insight for me, and it'll be fun to hear how he prepared for it and what he thought, because I think that'd be valuable information.
Have you had those conversations with him in the past at all? I mean, you were obviously not live in 1994. Have you heard about his experience that year when they were injured quarterbacks ahead of him?
Not as much as I probably should have asked, being a backup for now. So I'll play catch up on that this week.
What are your strengths? What would you say the strong suit of your game is? Like if you self-scout yourself, what do you think you do really well?
I take pride in making quick, decisive decisions, and then once that decision's made, is making it work the best that I can. And that's what I've done for the last 2.5 years of my career, and that's what I'll continue to do. So I think that's the strong suit of what I do best.
Where'd you learn that?
From the beginning, I think that's what Coach Frost's offense thrives on. But even back to with my grandpa in high school running the triple option, I mean, there's a little bit of it. It's not going to look pretty every time. But you've got to take your picture of it when the ball's snapped, and you've got to live with it. If you're wrong, you're wrong. Don't make a bad play worse, but get what you can and do the best that you can.
You've always come in as a backup
what would it mean, we don't know Adrian's status right now, but what would it mean to be the starter in a game on Saturday night?
That'd be a lot of fun, obviously. But again, like we said earlier, nothing changes. The preparation stays the same. The film stays the same. We're focused on what they do. Today we had a good practice, so that feels good. And I'll be ready if that's my time.
Mario has said you're all in it together as a quarterback.
Oh, absolutely.
Every week. And I know he has roles for you during the game where you're all engaged. How much does that help that you kind of, you're part of it even if you're not playing all the time?
No, it's super important, I think. Like, that's part of the job of being ready as a quarterback is being engaged, trying to play the game through like we've done for the past few games through Adrian's eyes. We make sure that we know what's called, and then we are watching the defense. Some of us might have a job to watch his feet, make sure he's carrying out his fakes correctly, but a vast majority of us will watch the game and try to play it as if we were him. What would we do? That way when he comes off the field, we can talk about him, and Coach Vedral will have his thoughts for him, and Coach Frost will also have his thoughts. So if it's me out there, I know they'll do the same. I know Adrian will be great about that. If Adrian's out there, you know that I'll be great about that, and we'll have a good idea of what they're doing during the game.
When your helmet popped off, were you surprised how quick Luke was out? I don't even think you were off the ground and Luke was already on the field.
That's just how Luke works. He's a quick kid. He's on top of things. So he was out there pretty quick. Oh, hi. But no, I was happy for him. It was fun for him to get to see him get his first snap as a Husker, so I was happy for him.
Were you surprised they said let him run it right away like that in his first play as a Husker?
I mean, he's pretty fast. Might as well try him, right? But no, that was fun. I was excited for him.
Could be snowing in Minnesota for my opinion. I mean, how much do you like playing in the snow?
I've done it before. I don't think really anyone loves it, but we'll make the best of it. I mean, what they said was it 30 to 40? That's still not quite cold for Nebraska standards. We'll be okay.
Noah, what are your thoughts about Minnesota as a top 25 team now and they're undefeated?
They're a very good squad. They've got the confidence to be dangerous, and they know that. And we're just going to treat them a nameless, faceless opponent. We'll be ready. We're taking pictures of the defense, watching our tape, and we'll be ready, though.
No, you said about the cold. Did you play any high school games in the cold snow? Have they any question?
In the snow,
Playoffs?
only a few. One of my freshman year, I was playing free safety against Lakeview, and that was one of the coldest games that I remember playing, where ski masks were on, three layers of long-sleeve shirts. Tackling that game was not very fun. In fact, I missed the tackle and gave up a touchdown, so that's not a great memory. But we'll be better this week if it is cold.
I mean, you have more experience in this offense than anybody. Where, as other guys gain that experience, where can this offense improve and get better?
I think, like Coach Frosty said, we'll get faster and faster and faster the more people know. And I think that's really where we can go with this, is faster, and then with better execution, operating in that kind of realm of chaos when people are running around, blocking who shows up and stuff like that. But I think we can get a lot better with that, and I think that's where we're going.
How much does it help to just be able to reset? Now, I mean, in the fourth quarter of that game, there's a bunch of guys on the field because of injuries and stuff that got thrown together. How much does it help, okay, take a breath, reset, and form a game plan with what you got now?
That's obviously super nice. Funny part, though, is all those guys that got thrown on there are my normal guys if I'm running with the two. So in a weird twist of fate, there's a little bit of comfort that comes with that, knowing that, hey, I've thrown to this guy. He knows what he's doing. But, no, it's nice to sit back, reevaluate, know who we're going to have, and then build our plan accordingly.
Noah, Wandell was named Freshman of the Week again. What can you say about your teammate?
He's a special kid. I'll keep saying it. He's a really special receiver. We have him do a lot more than just play receiver. I think that makes him even more hard to defend. And I think Coach Frost does a really great job using him and all the guys we have in that kind of style of player in a way that makes the defense really have to follow him. I mean, they've got to know where he is at all times, and we can use him really anywhere, so there's no sound way to prepare for that. So I think Coach Frost does a great job using him, and then Wandell does an obviously great job playing that position.
Did you feel like that balance was pretty fortunate that way? When the ball got by?
Yeah, no. I was watching it kind of closely and hoping I'm like, just bounce straight. And it did, and then luckily Kanawai was out there, and we can just throw it over his head and just live to see another day.
Did you feel like, I mean, that maybe, if you have not played in this offense before, or any offense, that's not an easy play to make, to have that composure, is it?
No, but unfortunately, the snap was over my head. That just gives me another 5 to 6 yards of cushion that guys have to catch up to me. So that gives me a little bit of time to field that ball and get my eyes around. Again, just like Coach Vedral said, that's our job. If something like that to happen, that's our job, is to get outside the pocket and get that ball out of bounds.
No, is there some irony that you're up here today and repping with the first string offense on the week that Bishop Newman plays block?
Oh, man, I was hoping that game was on the bye week. I would have liked to have been home for that one. But it makes it fun. I get to talk to my little brother who's a freshman at Newman right now and get to listen in and hear how they're preparing and see if Wahoo's doing anything different than what they've done in the past. So, I don't know, just a little more fun. It's a big football week, I guess, for my household.
So your dad will coach Friday night and then drive up?
Yeah, most likely. I think he's a little bit happy that it's a 6:30 game or it's an evening game. That way he doesn't have to drive or red-eye it or anything like that.
Anything else for Noah? What was the first time you played quarterback as a kid? And how old were you?
Flag football started in 3rd grade, I think. That was when I first started playing, then played tackle in 6th, and then middle school through high school.
And how long were you a point guard? The guy bringing the ball up?
I started as a center when I was in 4th, 5th, 6th grade and played center, power forward, small forward, shooting guard, and then worked my way backwards. So I did in high school even like to take smaller guards down there, but I worked way backwards in basketball, I guess.
So experientially, you've had a lot of time to kind of run offenses in 2 different sports.
Mm-hmm.
How much does that help you at this moment to sort of, if you have to run the command center on Saturday night?
No, there's a lot of parallels, probably more than most people would think, between basketball and football. Maybe the biggest thing is you're just trying to see people move at 20 yards instead of 10 feet apart. So, but all the movements are the same. When you get someone's back of their head, that's significant. When someone takes a false step, that's significant. It makes a lot of sense. It helps a lot getting the chance to run offenses in basketball, football for long times now. To get the chance to do it again is, I think, really nice. It helped out a lot.
Was Frost scholarship the deciding point between which sport you were going to play in college?
Yeah, I believe so. I think that was a really special opportunity. And again, I was a small white point guard from Nebraska, and it's not always the easiest to make it out of here. But yeah, I think so. And my family had played football. That was the one that I fell in love with first. Though basketball was a close second, I think that was always kind of the way I was leaning.
All right, thanks, Noah.
Thanks, guys.